best tripod for traveling 2022. Okay, what's up guys? Just as the title reads, today we are talking about my #1 favorite tripod to travel with. All right, this is the Manfrotto BeFree GTX carbon fiber travel tripod. And I've absolutely loved it so far. I've had it for the past couple months and have really been able to test it out. Take it out on some hikes, take it out to just random spots, strapped it to the backpack. I really wanted to see how it would fit within the travel kit. So recently I made a video on just gear to travel with in 2022. You can check that video out up here. I'll also link it down below. This is something new. So Manfrotto reached out and asked that I would review one of their tripods, and they let me select. Like, just typically it's like, here, send this, review it. If you like it, good. If you don't like it, leave a bad review. And the reason I picked this one was for pretty much one reason, because the current tripod I'm using is the three-legged thing, super durable and has just been a great tripod. But today I want to focus mostly on this Manfrotto BeFree GT travel tripod, carbon fiber. Man, that is a mouthful. First, I'm going to give you my opinion. I do want to compare it a little bit to what I've used in the past. I want to go into the features of this tripod and what makes it the best travel tripod you can get out there. It is an investment. Like, this thing is not cheap. I think it's close to 500 bucks. So you want this tripod to last. You want it to go with you. You want it to protect your gear. So we're gonna get into all that, and I'm gonna show you some of the really cool features of this tripod. So to start, I want to explain why this tripod is now my new favorite tripod to take on trips and just my go-to tripod in general. I do video and photo, and for me this has been a very versatile tripod. Be able to switch back and forth with, whether it's photography or video, I can use this tripod. With that being said, when comparing this tripod to other tripods that I've used in the past, the biggest thing that I've noticed with this one is, one, it's been the lightest tripod I've had, close to the Peak Design carbon tripod. And man, it's so close. Like, you really can't go wrong with either this one, the three-legged thing, or the Peak Design carbon fiber travel tripod. I mean, these three are probably the top tier in tripods that travel, and out of all of them, like, this has been the most versatile, durable so far. But just a lot of features on this one that the other ones don't have. Okay, so before we jump into just the meat of this video and really diving into this tripod and all the specs and the features, I want to talk about cuts real quick. They have some new shorts out, which I have not, like, they sent these and they've just been sitting. Like, I've just been staring at them because the weather here in Colorado is just way too cold to be wearing shorts right now. This spring they dropped 3 different lines and they've all been just so good. This polo is one of my favorites. A really nice fit for golf if you're a golfer, or just lounging around, or like a business casual. Feels really nice, it's light. It comes in a lot of different colors. Cuts is one of those brands that comfortable, durable, and as you'll know, like, I'm gonna say durable a lot in this video. They just always stand up to what I'm doing. They're fashionable. Did I say that? I said that already. Link down below for Cuts gets you 15% off site-wide anytime. So be sure you can find it on Instagram, on my Instagram channel, or down here, just trying to help you guys out, 15%. All right, back to the video. We're gonna get into the features of this tripod. Okay, so to start, we're just gonna work from the bottom to the top. We have these rubber feet that are great. I mean, so far, no concerns. I've tested it on carpet, I've tested on hardwood floor, rock, dirt, and now wear and tear we'll see in the next year on whether they need to be replaced, and I'm not sure if they can be replaced. Learning something new every day. You can probably interchange these with other little feet if you want. Maybe you need some like really rugged ones like claws. Then you move on to these little 3 sections. So you have 3 little nodules here, a nice rubber grip, feels good to the touch, and you have 3 little sections, clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen, as per standard tripod. So there's your 3 different lengths. This extends up to 63 inches. Then you have your carbon fiber poles, super durable, and lightweight, like very lightweight. I mean, you can feel this. This is just a really light tripod, easy to maneuver. Okay, now moving up to kind of the midsection. And this is where some of the features that I was explaining why I chose this tripod over the other 2 tripods comes in. So first off, we're gonna start with this little link. Zoom in. Okay. So we're gonna start with this little link section here. This is where you can just attach any sort of attachment off of this, maybe like an action camera, like you could, if you want to do like behind the scene. So now with the functionality of moving these legs, I like the design here because,
Here's what I found.
Siri, she thinks I'm talking to her. I'm like, come on. You're interrupting the video. Okay, where was I? So you have 3 different settings. So to extend it up, you just have to pull this little trigger down. So we're here and we just come all the way up, straight, and I'll do this for each one of them. There's my tripod. Now when this folds out, you'll get 3 clicks, 3 different clicks. So you have here, so you could set that, excuse me. So you could set that on the ground and you have a nice base to work with. Your next level is just a slider angle, a little bit wider base, sturdier base. Third is a little bit more narrow and gives you more vertical lift towards that 63 inches. You can play with different angles, whether you're on like offset surfaces, you have a stair you need to work with, rocks, and you just have to adjust. Like it gives you that flexibility to be able to adjust. The next thing I want to talk about is this little clip. So what you can do with this, you can actually attach like a sandbag to this, give it a little bit more weight, and you could also hook a bar or something. You can do that as well. Now we get into kind of one of my favorite features of this tripod, and that is this 90-degree column. This little toggle or dial here is what really controls this whole center piece. This will slide it up and down, it loosens it, and then you tighten it and you're secure. But one of the cool features of this is if you push this little button down here, that little red button, so we're gonna push it, it releases it and it pops this whole dial up, this red piece, out of the center console. Now you have an overhead rig, and then you can tighten this if you want it to lock out. Now it won't shift or move any which way. Loosen, and you can slide it that way. You can slide it around and do different angles. This alone, guys, is like one of the coolest features, because if I'm doing like top-down photography, product photography, or if I'm on a shoot with Corvus and we want to shoot some of their bags over some coffee beans on a drying bed or whatever, I now have this where I can get that top-down angle, which is really cool. Like just the function, I mean, to be able to have this in your bag with all the other functions of a normal tripod, just sweet. 90-degree column, my favorite part. So then it just slides right back into place and you're good to go. Now moving on to the ball head, this little gear contraption up here. Here you have a little dial that will allow it to swivel 180 degrees, 360 degrees. Then you have a full functioning ball head. This has like 2 variable options here. This inner wheel within the dial gives you like the stiffness of the ball head. If I crank this all the way to the right, now it's really hard, but if I crank this all the way to the left, now it's super loose. And if I want to keep it at that setting, then to really tighten it down, I just tighten the overall dial. So you have 2 kind of dials in here. You have this inner circle one and then the outer. Typical Manfrotto release plate. I always add my quick release plates, and I've made a video on this as well. 2 system things. So you have a release there and then this, but that's pretty standard with Manfrotto tripods. So this is my Sony A1, and you can see this just all my cameras have the plate on the bottom, and then everything that I can attach to. So it's just quick and easy to just snap on. And this is what I was kind of talking about with, see how that just flops down? If you didn't want it to flop down like that, you can tighten this inner dial. And now with my thing fully loose, like it's just a little bit more sturdy, right? So it's not just gonna jerk your camera gear around. Whereas if I had this completely loose, now I'm like floppy McFlopster all over the place. All right, what else? I think that's it. So we kind of ran through the whole tripod here, top to bottom, bottom to top. I'm absolutely loving this tripod. I think it's a great tripod, definitely worth the investment. And I think it's important if you're, you know, a professional photographer, videographer, it's definitely important to have a really nice tripod that you can rely on, that's durable, versatile, especially if you're traveling and, you know, this is part of your gear selection. Check this thing out, link down in the description. Appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you in the next one. I actually told someone like 2 months ago that they should like get this other tripod, and now here 2 months later I'm making this video on this. And